Hello, everybody. In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to play Mary's Wedding on the practice chanter. Okay, great little tune. It's also not just a bagpipe tune, but it's also a really popular Scottish folk song. All right, played in lots of ceilidhs and stuff, lots of weddings. Um, really popular folk song in Scotland. It's got words and everything. But pipe bands played a lot as well. Okay, I started playing it as a little kid in a pipe band, and pretty much every single pipe band, at least beginner pipe bands and sort of street marching pipe bands, know how to play Mary's Wedding, and they play it. Okay, so a really great tune to learn to play, because if you're a beginner, which you probably are if you're watching this video, the pipe band that you're probably going to be playing with will more than likely play this tune. All right, and even if they don't, it's a great little tune to learn anyways. Okay. We're going to learn this tune phrase by phrase. We're going to break it down nice and slowly. But before we do that, if you have a second, I'd love it if you could check out Highland Bagpipe Academy, which is at highlandbagpipe.com. Just go there. There's a free course you can get on there. It's absolutely free. Just head to the homepage. And there's also a free tune book, which has Mary's Wedding in it. All right, again, completely free. And if you want, there's also a paid course that brings you all the way from a complete beginner all the way to an advanced player that you can pay for as well, which is really great as well. All right, okay, let's start with the A phrase and learn how to play Mary's Wedding. All right, usually when I teach a tune, I break it apart bar by bar. However, because this tune is really simple and it's in 2/4 time, meaning there's not very many notes, I'm just going to do it phrase by phrase. Okay? So, the first phrase just sounds like this. All right? Now, one thing you have to watch for is you got to make sure you don't rush that first burl. Okay? A lot of people want to go, all right, dum bum brum be brum bo dee. You gotta wait for it. All right, so make sure to wait for that burl. Okay, try it with me a couple times. All right, 1, 2. Remember to wait for the burl. 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. All right, not too hard of a phrase, right? You just got to make sure you wait for that burl. You got to make sure you play a nice throw and a nice F doubling. You should know how to play all those things: the burl, the throw, and the F doubling. And yeah, that A phrase is too hard. Make sure when you're practicing on your own, you're playing with a metronome nice and slowly. And once you can play that A phrase, maybe try it with me one more time, all right? 1, 2. All right, once you can play it just like that, go on to the B phrase. All right, now the B phrase, really not too much harder, except it's got a lot of doublings in it, all right? And if you're a beginner, which you probably are, if you're watching this video right now, you might need to work on your doublings, all right? So this is a great phrase to do that, because we got an E doubling, a B doubling, and an F doubling, all right? So the phrase just sounds like this. All right, nice and slowly. So if you want to try playing that with me, it's just dee da 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 dee do dum. All right, try playing with me really slowly. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. All right, that's pretty good. Again, you just have to make sure that you play your doublings nice and open, all right? All right, just keep your doublings nice and open. That's really this. There's not really much to this phrase except you just want to make sure you don't want to rush those doublings. All right, because you're a beginner again. You should use every kind of phrase that you're working on as a bit of an exercise to try to perfect all your embellishments as much as you can. All right. All right, you can hear how each one of those doublings, you can hear each grace note, right? You can hear da 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 da. You don't want it to go bleh. You don't want to hear one sound, right? You want to hear da 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 on all those doublings. Okay? All right. So that's the B phrase, all right? Again, not too hard. Break it apart with a metronome and do it nice and slow. If you are having a problem, if you're having troubles playing it with the metronome because you're having troubles with the doublings, something you can do, and again, this is great for beginners, but it's also something that even advanced players and advanced pipe bands use, is what we'll do is we'll take out the doublings, all right? And so this phrase will go, all right, we'll just play it with high G grace notes until we can play that in time, all right? Once we can play that in time, then we'll bring back in the doublings. All right, so that's a nice little trick, not trick, an exercise you can use for playing in time and everything, okay? All right, so that's your B phrase. Again, practice with metronome. Once you get it, we'll move on to the C phrase. All right, the C phrase, a lot like the A and B phrase, all right? There's two doublings in there, and there's a burl that we don't want to rush, okay? So the phrase sounds like this. All right, so make sure you play your doublings nice, and then when you get to that burl, all right, hold on to it like you're falling off a cliff. All right, hold on to it longer than you think you should, okay? Other than that, that's basically the phrase. All right, so why don't you try playing with me? 1, 2. All right, again. 1, 2. All right, again, hold that burl. 1, 2. One, two. All right, that's basically that phrase, okay? Not too hard, all right? Dee da 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 dum ba dum. All right, okay. That's the C phrase. Not too challenging, I hope. Again, sit down with a metronome, and once you can do that, we'll move on to the D phrase. All right, the D phrase, a little bit different than the A, the B, and the C phrase. All right, it sounds like this. All right, that's what it sounds like, nice and slow and open. Things you got to watch for is you really got to hold that high A before the grip. All right, that's sort of a general rule with piping. It always seems to come up. Whenever there's a long high A before a grip, or really any long note before a grip, you really got to hold on to it. All right, really. Hum ba be ba dee dum. Same with the burl earlier. You almost feel like you're falling off a cliff. Okay. All right. Remember that grip really has to be right on the beat. Hum ba be ba dee da hum. All right. Let's try it with me. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. All right, pretty good. That's pretty much it. Just make sure when you really got to dig in that grip. All right, don't be afraid to make those low G's in the grip big. Okay, especially because we're kind of playing it slow and you're a beginner, make sure you play that grip good and you can hear that D grace note. All right, make that grip nice and big. All right, that's the tune. All right, you just got to add the A, the B, the C, and the D together, and you have the entire tune. All right, so put this D phrase to the metronome. Do it nice and slowly, like we did all the other phrases. You have the entire tune. Something that's really nice about this tune is you can play it really slow, like we have been. You can go. You can play it at more of a march tempo, which is probably more than likely what you'll be doing is like that. Or I've heard it played in sort of ceilidhs situations and dance situations. The way it kind of played in a folk situation is more of a. All right, it's more dum bum ba dum ba ba dee da dum da da ba da ba da dee dum dum. All right. Any way you want to play is absolutely fine. Obviously, if you're playing it with a band, you gotta play it the same way. But on your own, any way you want to play it is fine. This is the setting. I'm teaching you of this tune as well. There's a lot of different settings of this tune. It's played a lot of different ways. This is just the easiest setting that I know. This is the one. That's the reason I'm showing you this one. There's a lot of other ones that they might sound better, or they might. So if you want to learn one of those later, by all means, you can. There's no right or wrong way to play a tune, really. It's whatever way you want. All right. Obviously, if you're playing in a pipe band, you got to play it the same way as everybody else. But on your own, if you want to play a tune a certain way, play it that way. All right. You don't have to play it the way I play it. You don't have to play it the way somebody else plays it. Just play it the way you want to play it. All right. All right. That's Mary's Wedding. Good job learning how to play Mary's Wedding. Thanks so much for tuning in to my video lesson on how to play Mary's Wedding on the bagpipes. If you enjoyed it, please head to the Highland Bagpipe Academy at highlandbagpipe.com. Grab the free beginner course, grab the free tune book, which this tune is in. And, if you like all those, please sign up for the course and check out all the great stuff that I have on there. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And also, please like and subscribe to the channel.